Welcome back to the Total Athlete Vlog. This is number 15. I had a question in a previous video asking about nutrition, so I figured I would show what I eat in the morning before I do a workout. It is currently 10:26 a.m. Planning to do the workout around about 12. So usually when I'm doing a workout at this point in the day, I usually tend to do workouts in the evenings. I'm much more of an evening workout type of guy. But when I do workouts at this point in the day, I like to have like quite a high carbohydrate breakfast, not too much fats. So the bagel, the dates, the banana, and then the rest of the ingredients in the smoothie, that should give me a decent amount of carbs and also a little bit of protein as well. That should fuel me for my workout. Then right before I do my workout, I'm gonna have a coffee and a piece of ginger. But in the meantime, I'm gonna be doing some work on some programming for a rugby team I'm working with at the moment, as well as programming for a couple of my athletes. I'm also gonna use this as an opportunity to talk through the workout as it's live on the screen here. First exercise of the day is gonna be a broad jump plus a vertical jump. It's always important to get started with a explosive or high threshold exercise before you move into your strength and power training later on in the session. I guess you can call this power training if you want to. The definitions are kind of blurred. And when I program jumps or anything explosive, so I've set a timer for 12 minutes as opposed to setting a set number of sets and reps. I've decided to do 12 minutes because that lets you auto-regulate how much rest you have. It also means that if on a day when you're jumping really well and you've got a lot of energy in the tank and you feel like you can do more jumps and you can get more stimulus rather than just blindly saying, I'm gonna do 4 sets of 3, when really, you know, after you've warmed up, you could be doing many more sets than that, or you could be doing a lot less sets than that, depending on how your legs are feeling. But when you program a time, like a time interval, you can get as many or as little jumps in within that time as you want. And if it's really feeling dire and you're not getting that great with the jumps today, your legs aren't feeling great, then you can always just cut it back and cut it short at like 7 or 8 minutes and then just move into the rest of the session. The rest of the session, I've got a power clean plus hang clean complex. So that's gonna be 1 power plus 2 hang full cleans, 1 plus 2. 3 sets of 1 on that. Not sure how heavy I'll be able to go on this, but we'll see. Then I've got some back squats. This is gonna be a high bar ATG back squat. It's gonna be 1 top set of 12 as clusters or as a giant set, whatever you wanna call it. So the intention here is to set a weight at around like 80, maybe 85% 1RM. And then you're just gonna try and do 12 reps with that in as few sets as possible. As many reps as it'll take per set, but you wanna be doing it in as few as possible. That's what makes it a really nice, high stimulating giant set. Then I'm gonna move on to some leg extension. I actually don't have a leg extension machine here, but that's fine because I can do some reverse Nordics. I can add load to my chest and see how well I can do those. I've never actually done a full range of motion reverse Nordic, but they work just fine. And then we're gonna finish up the session with a little bit of core and some lower leg work. So I'm gonna eat this, I'm gonna program for a bit, and then make myself coffee, have some ginger, and then we'll get into it. So I've already talked through the workout today. I figured for the coffee chat for today, we can talk about a new concept I've recently come up with. I have shared it on my blog and I've shared it on my Instagram, but I haven't done much justice to sharing it on. Oh my God, the cup is dirty. I'm gonna get a new cup. So the concept is known as athletic index. The way that I came up with this concept is I was thinking of a way to figure out how generally athletic a person is. How generally athletic can a human being be? So you can be athletic in the context of a sport. Like, for example, in basketball, there's that athletic guy that can jump really high and dunk a basketball, or he's got crazy handles and he can do crossovers, and he's very agile. That's a form of athleticism. But if we're looking at a very like base, raw form of athleticism, just how high can someone jump, how fast can someone sprint, and how heavy can someone lift? For those of you that follow the channel, you know that I'm big into sprinting, jumping, and lifting, as well as how all three of these disciplines, or all three of these tasks, or whatever you want to call them, how they overlap and how they can synergize with one another to create like a well-rounded hybrid athlete. Nonetheless, when I was coming up with the athletic index concept, I decided that I would use an equation. Max approach vertical jump in centimeters plus your max power clean in kilograms divided by your body weight in kilograms multiplied by your best 10-meter flight time. So you want the smallest number possible on the bottom and you want the biggest numbers possible on the top. So what that equation is essentially creating is your power or athleticism to body weight ratio. So how powerful, how strong, and how fast can you be at the lowest possible body weight? There's no two ways about it. If you score highly on this index, you are a freak athlete. So essentially the normative data is if you score 1 or less, or like less than 1 on this index, then you're generally considered to have a poor level of athleticism, or I would say that you are a beginner level athlete who hasn't had enough chance or training years. If you've got a score between 1 and 2, I would consider you like an intermediate level athlete. I'd say that most people that maybe play sports recreationally on a regular basis, but don't really do much training in terms of like weight room training, they probably come under this category. I would say anything between 2 and 2.5 would be advanced. So that is your person who maybe trains for a sport on just a bit beyond a recreational level, like they take it seriously, they train in the gym, maybe they sprint quite frequently, they understand a bit of S&C, they understand how to train for athleticism, then you would be considered an advanced athlete. Then you have beyond 2.5 up until 2.9. I would say you fall in the elite range. Those are people that have a very, very hard, well-advanced power clean. They've got a really, really good vertical jump for a full approach, like 40 plus inches. And they do it at a reasonable body weight as well. And then anything above 3, I would consider you are a complete freak of nature. So now the question is, what if there was a workout program that someone could create to increase your athletic index? Let's say that you're just like a recreational amateur athlete and you've come across athletic index and now you want to see, how can I actually increase my athletic index? How can I boost my power clean? How can I jump higher? How can I run faster? And how can I do it at either the same body weight, or if I increase my body weight, increase all the other scores relatively so my number still goes up? So what I've done is I've created an athletic index workout program that I'm going to trial with a few people. I want to open it to as many people as possible, but I think 10 to 15 for a trial group of people who really want to actually increase their athleticism and develop their athletic index score. I want to put it for trial, kind of beta test it, work out any kinks, kind of like a group community where we're all working together to build this program and make it work. And then see how the results work, trial and error, see if it works. And then at the end of it, I'll fully release the program to the public. And then everyone can see how great the program is and see the fantastic results that people are getting by increasing their power clean, increasing their vertical jump, decreasing their 10-meter flight time, and all doing it at a relatively light body weight. Or in other words, becoming just a more generally athletic human being. That's my favorite phrase. That's basically what this channel is all about. Becoming a more generally athletic or generally explosive human being. If you are interested in the Athletic Index program and you want to be one of the trial athletes who tries it out in the beta testing phase, then drop me a message on Instagram at MKG Performance. But otherwise, we're going to get into this workout just now. Also, it's Friday today, guys, so that means that it is #Flannel Friday. I don't know who came up with the idea of Flannel Friday. I got the idea from Blaine McConnell. Blaine shared it on his Instagram. He was talking about it on the Coach 'em Up podcast with Tim Riley. But I think it was people at Lake Placid, or like that was like a tradition they had when they were training for bobsleigh at Lake Placid. Every single Friday, it would be a heavy day and they'd be trying to hit like PRs or cleans or squats or something. And on Fridays, they'd always come in and have some kind of flannel shirt on. So we're gonna see if that tartan today is gonna give me some extra anabolic athletic abilities. I still suck at basketball, by the way. We've got the trusty spanner. That's tighter. Oof, what was that? God awful, that's what it was. It's weird, I feel like this is actually too close because I don't have enough time to actually get my legs down and jump, but let's give it a shot. Okay, I don't know why, but I feel like I'll be jumping higher if I've moved the line further back. I think I can actually make it two-hander, make a two-hander off this line as well. Let's give it a shot. Almost. I'm making that. I'm gonna move the line back by about a foot. So we're looking at about there. See if that makes the dunks any easier. Ooh, what was that? Feels like if I put it further back again, I'm gonna test out a theory. If I put the line further back again, I feel like I might jump higher because I'm getting more loading of my joints before the jump. Hear me out on this theory, I'm just gonna put the line a lot further back, like quite significantly further back, and see if that makes a difference, so that I actually have to have some horizontal distance before I get up. We'll give it a shot. I was right. I think what I need to do is, as I come in and I land like heel toe, I need to get deeper into the range of motion in my knees and hips, so I've got more time to put force into the ground. Ooh. Tried to thrunk that one. Okay, very nice. I think I can put it quite significantly further back now, so I'm actually challenging myself with the broad jump as well. All right. That broad jump actually felt really nice. Don't know what it is about going up with my left hand. Just don't jump as high for some reason. But I know I can make this. I know I can make it. Let's practice shooting some free throws. Two for two. Let's make a third one. 3 is the magic number. Oh. On a streak. One more. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna move it like a foot further back. Again, I'm not measuring these lines, guys, like in terms of feet and inches or centimeters or meters. It doesn't matter if you measure the lines in terms of like actual objective numbers. All that matters is you've got something external to drive the stimulus and drive the intensity of the exercise to make it harder, essentially. I mean, I'm pretty sure that there's like a sweet spot for how difficult it gets, because I found it harder to broad jump in here and jump up. But here it's a bit easier, here it was a bit easier. I think this might be the first distance where it actually gets a bit harder to broad jump in and dunk it still. But we will see, we will see. Woohoo! Nice. That was pretty convincing. It was more of like a thrunk and then get like tips of my fingers on the rim rather than just putting like my wrist or forearm on the rim. But let's see if I can do that on this right-handed dunk. Right hand is a power hand. Let's throw down the sledgehammer on this one. Did that go in? I didn't see that. Not quite. Cool. I'm gonna give myself 2 attempts at a two-hander. If I don't make it, I'm just gonna finish on a two-hander with a regular approach, and then I'll get into my cleans. Not quite. I gave up with that. I tried to go up with the 2, but I just didn't. I think I jumped too far away from the rim. I think you have to get the distance timing perfectly. So didn't make it a two-hander. I'm gonna finish off with just a short approach two-hander, and then we'll call it a day there for the dunks. All right, so for the cleans today, I mentioned earlier, we've got a 1+2 complex, got a power clean off the blocks plus 2 cleans from the blocks. We're gonna see how heavy we can go for this complex today. I'm thinking anywhere in the region of 110 to 115 would be really nice. I'm expecting that. But anything up to 120, I'd be very pleased with. If I can get 120 for this, then that would be a nice PR on this complex. So I'm just going through my regular clean warm-up, which consists of like a clean pull / deadlift into a turnover. Couple of front squats. All right, because I'm potentiated from the jumps, I don't need to do a crazy number of warm-up sets. I am gonna take my necklace off though, so I don't cut my collarbone open. I've done that in the past. Decent. I'm gonna have to tuck the flannel in, guys. It's getting in the way. A little bit better. I'm gonna jump to 110. Hopefully 110 can feel as good as that. If it feels like it's a struggle, I'll call this the first working set. If it feels like it's okay, I might jump it to 112, 115. If it feels really good, we'll jump it to 115, maybe 120, maybe.
Same again. Oh. That was okay. That was okay. I feel confident that I can jump to 115. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but it is not a working set until you put clips on the bar. Oh shit. Technical issues with the cleans. Let's make this next one. Oh, my God. Okay, well that's a good sign. Second rep of the clean there was a little bit awkward because I had to adjust the bar. I'm gonna move the pads in a little bit further on the next set. But that's a good sign because it means I had a little bit of extra left in the tank. Had I not had to adjust that, then that probably means I could have gone either heavier or made the last rep look a little bit more pretty. Oh man, cleans are just a different animal than snatches. And full cleans are a completely different animal to power cleans. All right, one more set, then we're re-racking the bar onto here for the squats. I want to make the cleans feel a little bit more bouncy out of the hole. They've been a little bit grindy, but then again, my legs are cooked after the power clean, even the first clean. The second clean is not going to be the best form, but I'm going to try my best to make it the best I can on this set. Fuck me. That was a grind. That was a grind. Wasn't sure if I was going to be able to stand that one up. Damn. Nope, I'm calling it twos from there. So I'm gonna finish this out, drop the bar to 145, and I'm gonna get 6 more reps at 145. I guess this is gonna be a giant set as well. I'm gonna see if I can get this in 2 sets of 3, shoot for 2 sets of 3. We'll see how well this moves. Okay. Right. I have set the camera up so that I can superset the reverse Nordics with the bent leg calf raises. That way, all I have to do is strip the bar and I can do my side bends over there. See how far back I can go? Oh, fuck. Man, that is a really good quad pump. A really good stretch on the rec fem, the muscle that crosses both the knee joint and the hip joint. This is probably one of the best ways to load up your soleus muscle without a bent leg calf raise machine. So any of you that are training at home, this is probably the best setup for loading as much weight as possible. Doing a single leg body weight bent leg calf raise probably isn't going to do much. You really have to overload that muscle. So that was 100 kilos on the bar there. I'm going to jump it up to 110, and then I'm going to do an AMRAP set on the last set. Again, you don't need to do a crazy amount of volume. All you need is like 2 sets, relatively close to failure. Maybe like 1 or 2 RIR, or 0 RIR if you're feeling like a madman. It's a small muscle, it'll recover quickly. Wow. You definitely can't see it on my quads, but that is a pretty insane pump. Come on. One more. Fuck. Man, that is a crazy pump. That is a crazy, crazy pump. That is today's workout. In summary, pretty decent on the dunks. Nice little variant to try there. The cleans went really, really well as well. Back squat, very disappointed. I'm not surprised though, haven't been training back squat as much recently. But this is the same workout I'm gonna be doing next week, so it'll be interesting to see if we've improved when it comes around to next week. Everything else though went really well. Happy with the reverse Nordics. Happy with the bent leg calf raises and the side bends. I mean, that's all accessory stuff anyway, but you can't skip it. If you made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate your viewing, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.